It's time once again for your weekly update from the city of New Hope. I'm Dave Kaiser. Thanks for joining us. We're recording on Tuesday, the 18th, because of the holiday, and with us, the mayor, John Elder. Welcome, Mayor. How are you today?
I'm fantastic. Thank you, Dave. How are you?
I'm very good on this chilly, chilly day, and we'll mention the weather a little bit later in a few items. But let's talk a little bit about what's coming up tonight on this Tuesday, the 18th. The city has a work session. And Mayor, it looks like a rather full agenda. Give us some of the highlights of what's going to be discussed tonight.
Absolutely. First thing on our agenda is an update from the one and only Dave Kaiser, who will be in speaking to the council about giving a CCX update. I'm excited to have this happen. I know all the great things that CCX is doing, but I'd like to make sure the rest of the council is aware of the truly integral part that CCX plays in getting information out on the city and covering happenings within the city. So excited to have our council fully briefed on that. We then move on to an update from West Metro Fire District, and this will be the first update since Chief-elect Josh Kunde has been put into that position. So he'll be there doing an update. Next, we'll go on to what's happening at Chardon Court. They're looking at new ownership, and there are some tax implications that they'd like to work with on that. So council will have to review that and make some decisions. We continue to deal with the emerald ash borer. We've made great headway on public trees that need to be removed and replanted. We're nowhere close to being done, but I feel like we've actually gotten a handle on it. And that's far better than an awful lot of our cities. We've been very, very proactive. We've received a lot of grant money to get this work done. And we just keep moving forward with it. And so very, very pleased with our forester and our public works and our parks and rec who oversee that program. We'll then do a renewal for the tree company that helps us with the removal, supports our public works teams that are taking down trees. We have a contract with them. It's up for renewal. And then there are four other items on the agenda, but those are the ones that really jump out.
Very good. Thanks for that preview. And again, we'll touch on some of those the next time we're together to give you a little bit of recap if we can. Now to some things happening within the city. And we're going to start with this picture with lots of smiling faces. And this is a business that has come to the city of New Hope. Tell us a little bit more, Mayor, about LifeWorks.
LifeWorks is a new center for disability inclusion, and we had the ribbon cutting on that on the 13th. It is truly a one of its kind, first in the metro, where this is a day center that supports people of all disabilities, and it works with career counseling, training, community connections, enrichment, navigation on all available resources, and education. And we spent a great deal of time there and was so pleased to see that they chose New Hope to call their home. So there's going to be a lot of movement in there, and that's located on the 7500 block of 42nd Avenue North. And that's right by where Pocket Square, right across the parking lot from where Pocket Square was.
Very good. And speaking of Pocket Square, let's give a little business update here of a few businesses that have some news to relate to the residents. Tell us about some of these upcoming notes.
Yeah. Pocket Square closed last Saturday and will not be reopening. Very, very sad to see them go. Alan and the team ran a great business there and really was a nice meeting place for people. Sad to see them go. CVS has decided that two CVSs in one city the size of New Hope wasn't necessary, so they will be closing down their 7901 Bass Lake Road store on March 4th. So we're sad to see them go. It leaves kind of a hole on the north side of the town, but we're seeing a great deal more traffic at the CVS on the south end of town, down on Medicine Lake Road in Winnetka. And Wahlburgers in New Hope, which is attached to the Hy-Vee, is following suit with their other stores, and they are closing their Wahlburger store inside the Hy-Vee, and it will return to the Market Grill, the same setup that it was prior to Wahlburgers moving in. So a little bit different, but something that people will be very, very comfortable with and used to seeing. So we're glad to have some, have that reopen.
As you see a lot of business activity in the city, a couple other business notes to pass along. One is Elevate Hennepin. Again, remind us what that is and remind us of the great numbers of people taking advantage of this.
Yeah, Elevate Hennepin is a great program. It's through Hennepin County, and it's a business that works, excuse me, works to support smaller businesses. And they can help with marketing, they can help with business plans, they can help with anything small business oriented. And 18 businesses in New Hope utilized 186 hours of advising services in 2024. And we're happy to be associated with that program and continuing to support our small businesses.
And one other business note to pass along, the Business Networking Group meets on a monthly basis. They have a meeting coming up in March in a location not too far from City Hall. Where are they going to meet and who's the guest speaker?
Yep. Dr. Stallo is going to be the guest speaker and hosting it at the Robbinsdale Area School Administrative Building at 4148 Winnetka. And that's on March 5th at 2 p.m. And again, this is the group that gets together, works together to support each other, all the different size businesses in the city of New Hope. And I attend the majority of those meetings, and those are a great group of people running good businesses in our town.
All of this under community development in the city. Let's head to one other community development item, and that is scatter site housing. We've got a couple updates for you here. The first is new home proposals coming in. You have a batch that are interested in working on some homes.
Yeah, we put out requests for proposals to 18 different builders for the 4220 and 4222 Nevada Avenue North properties. Four, excuse me, four builders will be presenting their renditions or their suggestions, proposals of what they would build on those sites at the February 24th EDA Economic Development Authority meeting. So we're very excited to see what they bring forward.
One other update from Scattered Site. We've talked about the property on Wisconsin up in the 5400 block a few times, and we want to pass along information about the next steps, which involve some great training opportunities for some city staff.
Absolutely. And the residents will receive information from the city. The residents in the area will receive information from the city as well. However, the police department in the middle of March will be utilizing that home at 5410 Wisconsin Avenue North for training. And so they'll be seeing a great number of police cars and other emergency equipment at that residence during that time. West Metro Fire Rescue will be using that home for training exercises on 4 separate dates in April. So again, just kind of a heads up that we'll be utilizing that property for a number of different trainings. And this training is truly invaluable to keep our first responders well trained and working in surroundings that they're not familiar with. I would imagine our officers and fire department haven't been in that home. And so getting in and practicing is very, very important.
Let's move ahead on our update to talk a little bit more about police. And the first is an effect of the cold weather relates in the number of police incident calls. Tell us how that is an effect that you track and you see it happening.
Absolutely. We normally expect excuse me, call load to dip down about this time of year. And we had 413 police related incidents during the last week. And again, we expect this number down. This number is down, I think, from 432 the previous week. And so, as colder weather sets in, we see less issues, less incidents. So again, that's something we expect to see, and it's just playing out as we expect.
One other police department item, something you may be hearing more about, something called the Joint Info Center. Tell us a little bit about what this is, what the concept is, and what the background is to lead you to this point.
Yep. Hennepin County has a joint information center, and this is a real-time crime information center that monitors the entire county. And it's very successful. It's very good. However, because of the size of the county, the number of people in the county, and the crime rates in other areas of the county, we're seeing that a great amount of their time is tied in with the Minneapolis SIC or Strategic Information Center, as well as the Bloomington Center, and a lot of their attention is paid to areas other than the North and Northwest Metro. So New Hope and Brooklyn Park and a number of the surrounding cities are looking at starting a joint information center, and that would really focus in on the Northwest metro area. Because crime is so transient, we can have crimes occurring in Brooklyn Park and the people are on the move, and 15 minutes later, they're committing crimes in New Hope, Crystal, Robbinsdale. And so by having this information center, we're able to monitor and tie in and track crimes a whole lot better. And it's really the next step in comprehensive law enforcement or support. And about a month ago, we had a domestic situation where the victim was on the telephone with 911. She was being held hostage. They were driving through the Northwest Metro and needing to switch over from channel to channel to talk to the different departments, and to try to get people all brought into it at the same time. This is something that a joint information center would really help streamline, and we could get people in place quicker and hopefully impact lives better.
Very good. We'll keep people up to date on that. Let's move ahead to Public Works. And you've hit a landmark number here in the world of Public Works related to water meters. Tell us more.
Yeah, we are, excuse me, in the middle of replacing all the water meters in the city, and we hit the 1,000 meter mark. And that's huge because we're doing all of these meter replacements in-house. And by doing that, unfortunately, it elongates the process some, but it will save the taxpayers over $1 million. So we're looking forward to getting these water meters all replaced, and it will really provide much better intelligence to people if they call in and say, hey, my water bill seems off, or they're able to track the water usage and be able to help people while it looks like, you may have a leak, or, it's really going to be positive. Plus, it takes away the ability or the necessity for us to drive a car slowly up and down every single street, reading the meters electronically as it's broadcast out to that car.
Sure.
So this is going to be a big money saver in that. We're paying a staff member to drive up and down every single street. It takes a car, it takes gas, it takes that equipment. So this hitting the 1,000 meter mark is huge, and hats off to our Public Works team for all their work on that.
Let's hop ahead to to Park and Rec and talk a little bit about something that Public Works and all city staff and hopefully the community enjoys. And this is a little talk away from the cold and into the warm. And this is Food Truck Friday. Hopefully residents know what this is. And Mayor, you're smiling because it's back and it's fun.
Yeah, it really is. It's a great community gathering point. And Fridays over the lunch hour, food trucks come into the New Hope City Hall parking lot and set up, and city staff can visit them. Residents can come in and visit them, and it's a great way for the community and the city to meld together and talk and be able to have conversations. It's so very, very important anytime that we can have that time with residents.
We wish we could put a date on your calendar for that first Food Truck Friday, but we don't know yet. But when we get it, we'll pass it along to people so you know. Human
Absolutely.
resources update. We've been talking about a housing code enforcement inspector position. Give us an update of that process.
We're almost there. 5 candidates for the housing and code enforcement inspector position were certified. The 5 people were certified by the personnel board. And today, the 5 are meeting individually with the city manager and the department director for their final interview. They will be making a decision soon, and we can get that person into that position and start lifting the burden of being one person short. So we're looking forward to that.
Final update for you today is from the communications department in New Hope. Was always busy, and they're busy on social media. In case you missed it, Mayor, you wanted to pass along a few of the things that are out there so people take a look and hopefully get involved.
Absolutely. Beth Kramer is our communications director, and she works so hard, and she's got the website she's taking care of. She's doing news media things, printed publications, and social media is what we'll hit on today. There's a good citizenship award where residents can nominate other residents for just being good citizens and the things they do in the community. She put out a piece on winter parking requirements and reminders. People need to know that, especially with measurable snowfall. So those are very, very important. And lastly, the home energy squad visits. And that is a program that is put on by the CEE. And the home energy squad will come out to your home for free or a reduced price visit. And they will come out and evaluate your needs for energy conservation. And they can do a lot of the repairs right at your house during that day free of charge. And it's really a great way for people to understand and control their energy use.
So be looking for that social media post, or as always, and a lot of this information we pass along the updates, go to the city's website. You see it at the bottom, newhopemn.gov. You can find out more about those visits. Mayor, thanks so much for your time today. Appreciate it as always. And viewers, stay with us. Here's an update of some things coming up you might want to get on your calendar and other things going on in the city. Mayor, talk to you again next week.
Dave, see you tonight. Thank you, sir.
For more city stories, check out ccxmedia.org or find us on social media.